Hi friends, today's Lock Talk is once again very special, and every time you'll say what is this, why Rita says that this Lock Talk is special, because more and more I meet people, I get fascinated, I get impressed, and I feel, oh my god, what an amazing personality, and so do I express my feelings. So today we have Nitul Haria all the way from California, Fremont, USA, and who has done electronics engineering from India, and then right now he's working with one of the most well-renowned universities of the world, that is University of California, and he believes in his religion also a lot, and he practices what he preach. So he believes in Jainism, and of course his connection is very strong, and moreover he believes in giving back to society, and so he is president of CoJain, that is Kutchi Oswal Communities Institute, which is called CoJain, and there he comes up with great ideas, and he makes sure that the coming generation of our community should be having the same values, same culture what we have and what we try to give in India. So yeah, there are so many things which of course we will be talking to him. So let's begin the Lock Talk with Nitul Haria.
Hi Rita. First of all, I would like to congratulate you and Sparkle Entertainment for the amazing work with the Lock Talk show. I would have never imagined that I would be part of this show. So really appreciate you getting me on this show. This is an amazing way to know a lot of people from other communities, our community, and get to know them better. You are such a creative person. I just wish that I had such creativity in me, with which I could actually help our community thrive and create some positive energy during these tough times for all of.
Nitul, so we begin our Lock Talk, and I would like to thank you for sparing your valuable time for our Lock Talk. And as we begin, my first question for you will be that since how many years you are there in USA, and what happened that you plan to settle in USA? Because I know as a person what you are and what your beliefs in values and culture of India are. So this is very surprising that a person like you planned to settle in USA. So we all would like to know that ऐसा क्या है यूएस में जो आपको वहाँ पे ही सेट कर गया?
Yeah, I've been in US for past 15 years, and I'm settled here with my family here in Fremont, Northern California. To be very honest, we never planned to settle in US. Before I came to US, I was in Hyderabad, and I was renting a beautiful penthouse there, and we actually paid rent for that house for almost 8 to 9 months after I came to US, in the hope that we will go back to that same place and live there. But as you know, many people have the Janmabhoomi different and the Karmabhoomi as different. Probably for me as well, my birthplace was Mumbai, but probably my Karmabhoomi is here in US. So when we came here to US, we realized a lot of things that we would easily get back home, but we would never appreciate them. But as soon as we came here, we started to appreciate a lot of things that we could easily get there. But the US is a great country with a lot of opportunities. The work culture here is so different than I was used to back home. So also apart from that, once you come here, you start to miss a lot of your home culture. Just like, for example, celebrating Diwali, Holi, Navratri, and all of those things, right? But nowadays, we know that this is all those festivals are now being celebrated here in much more better way than back home in India. Even the Holi, for example, last year for almost 3 to 4 weeks. Diwalis, we have so many Diwali cultural events going on. So definitely there's a lot of good things that are now easily available here. Also, if you take example of the food that is available, right? Everything is available here as well. So definitely that is one thing that keeps you around to come here and settle here in US.
Yeah, so my next question is that you are very smart, very talented, and your belief in Jainism is very, very strong. And you conduct lot of pujas and like bhavna, and then in Navratri also you make sure that sab log garba khele, ye wo. So you are very, very active religiously. So how's that possible? I mean, how do you manage your time, and how do you keep your connection with your own religion, Jainism, which is very difficult? We may not do it in Mumbai or in India, but staying in USA, you are able to do that. So we all would like to understand that how's that possible?
So to answer your question, how is it possible to follow Jainism? So if I would say, if your roots are very strong, and if you are passionate about something, no matter what, or no matter what or where you live in, you would follow your passion. And Jainism has become my passion. When I was small, my parents used to send me to Derasar to do the Pakshal and Puja. They would send me to attend a lot of shibirs where I learned a lot about Jainism. We used to get Masterji who would come home and teach us the stotras and everything. So definitely that's where all the basics started from. And then as we grew up, we used to go and do a lot of jatras within the family, and of course with the other groups as well. And here I would like to mention two important groups that I that changed my life, and I would say kind of groomed me. So one is the Aryant Ardak Mandal, and second is the Parshnath Ardak Mandal. So with Aryant Ardak Mandal, I learned a lot of how things should be done and things like that. Whereas Parshnath Ardak Mandal gave me those opportunities to implement. I used to always listen how Deepak Bhai and others, they would do the bhavna when we used to go with Aryant Ardak Mandal. And then I implemented those same things that I'd learned from them, or the things that I'd listened, and I would implement it. And Parshnath Ardak Mandal gave me that opportunity. I regularly follow the YouTube channel Ratna World, where I can listen to the Vyakhyanas of Shri Acharya Bhagwan Ratna Sundarji Maharaj Sahib, and I follow him very closely, and I listen to all of his lectures. Apart from that, I stay connected with a lot of Jain scholars back home in Mumbai. A lot of people a lot of scholars who come here and visit our centers as well. I try to stay in touch with them. Also I stay in touch with Kaivan, Meg, Shrenik Bhai, and if whenever I have any questions about some stuff related to the pujas and stuff, I just reach out to them, call them, clarify those things, and stay on top of it. Now for managing time, like I said, if you have passion for something, you would definitely find ways to go around and doing it. And for me, conducting bhavnas or doing the pujans had become a passion. But again, you also need your family support for doing that. And for me, my wife Swati, she has been my backbone, and she has been so supportive of everything that I want to do in my life. Be it me going to different centers over the weekends and conducting pujas. She would never say no to anything, and she would just say yes, go ahead and do it if you want to do it. So of course, she has been an extreme support for me.
And now I come with my next question, as COVID-19's threat is on, and especially like we are sitting in India and we understand that US is having a bad shape of this pandemic. So as a father, definitely when you have two young girls, you must be scared of COVID-19, right? So what precautions and what care you all take as well. Work from home in this situation is become an alternate to go to office and work, but I understand that it's more demanding. So how do you manage, once again, like your work and your family and your household things? So we all would like to understand about a simple question, that is work from home is more demanding?
The most important thing that we do here is follow the shelter in place guidelines that are provided by the county where we live in. So we only go out to shop around for our essentials like milk and groceries and stuff like that. But other than that, we always make sure that we are home. And of course, when we are going out, we would wear masks. We sanitize our hands more often than we used to before. So these are some of the key things that we tend to follow, so that we are to ensure that all of us are safe here. So work from home can be a little bit challenging, and a lot of people may take different times to kind of adjust working from home, especially with the skill that you have at work, right? So for example, when I'm at work, I used to have set lunch time. We used to have set coffee breaks, or we sometimes used to even go for a walk if the day is really good. But now that we are all working from home, my lunch schedule is all over the place. It all depends on my workload and my meetings and stuff. So I don't really follow a set routine when it comes to lunch. Plus, of course, there are no coffee breaks with the friends, and we hardly go out for a walk. Not everybody gets a chance to work from home, right? Especially with people who are like in the non-IT fields. So for example, Swati has to go to job even during those tough situations. Managing the food, preparing the food while you're also working and stuff. So things can get challenging as well.
Now, the next question. At this young age, you have become president of CoJain, which connects all Kachis under one roof. So, we would like to understand what is CoJain and how it functions.
So, as we all know, CoJain stands for Kachi Oswal Jain Association in North America, and that's how it got its name as well, CoJain. And this organization was formed in 1995, and it is divided into 11 regions. And these 11 regions have their own regional directors as well. So if you look at overall, so CoJain has 11 regional directors, apart from the 4 board members, which is the president, vice president, secretary, and the treasurer. So this organization was developed so that we could pass on the Kutch culture to the people and the new generations who are born here. When we were born, we used to see and we used to experience a lot of things, by attending a lot of programs and functions back home. But for kids here who are born here, they don't have that luxury to attend those sessions themselves and experience it themselves. So Kojian was formed so that we can give that culture to them. So one of our major event that we do at Kojian is the Kojian Sammelan, where people all over the world come and attend. And this event is majorly designed so that the Kachis all over the North America can come and participate and showcase their talent to everyone. They also get to interact with each other, try to know them better. We have a lot of informative sessions ranging from entrepreneurship, finance, cooking, a lot of kids activities as well. So this is another way of spreading the culture that we want our kids to learn. Apart from Sammelan, we also have several programs such as Kojian scholarship program. We have Kojian loan program as well. So these are some of the activities that we do. Also, we send out periodic newsletters to people living in North America, so that they know what's happening and what activities are happening in other regions as well.
Nitul, you are very hardworking, and of course you're very smart. You have great leadership skills also, and you have an influential personality which can influence so many youth who have the dream of coming to USA or settling in any part of the world. So we would like to understand, not actually understand, but we would really want you to give a very, very nice, inspiring message to the youth of India.
My message to the youth would be to follow your dreams. There are enough resources available within our community and outside of the community as well, who can help you achieve your goals. But in doing so, never forget your roots, where we all came from, and also do not forget your core Jain principles as well. I would like to give an example. When I joined Stanford University as an employee, and every week on every Friday we used to go out for lunch with the team. So one day, when I went with the team, and we went to an Indian restaurant for the lunch, and I just had some basic lettuce and rice in my plate and nothing else. So there's this white guy who came up to me and said, "Hey, he said, what are you going to eat?" And I said, "Yeah, that's all I can eat, because the other ingredients or the other dishes had either onion or garlic or potatoes in it." And then that question bank started to flow in, saying, "Hey, what do you mean by you don't eat the root vegetables and stuff like that?" And he wanted to learn more about my principle. So this kind of happened and stayed for like 2 weeks. But the third week, when I went for lunch with the team, he would go and eat something and taste something himself, and then he would shout at me, "Hey Nitul, don't eat this food. This has onion in it." So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to follow something, nobody can force you to change your lifestyle. So just follow your dreams, and the things around you, the resources around you will definitely make it happen.